Hi, I'm Omid from PhoenixEnglish. In this lesson, you'll learn the difference between two commonly confused prepositions, which are to and at. So, the thing to remember is that to always suggests movement or direction. To with movement. You're going to someone, to someplace, or towards something. So, to is movement or direction, and at suggests a location in place or time. So, to something, but at somewhere. Do you see the difference? To, there's movement. At, you've already arrived. So, let's look at some examples. As I said, again, we use to for movement or direction towards a person, a place, or a thing. For example, I talked to him. We went to school. She walked to her car. A person, a place, a thing. Movement, to. Here are some other common verbs. There are lots and lots of verbs that we can use with this preposition to, which implies movement. These are some examples. You go to someplace. You go to school. You go to the university. You go to work. You run to something. You fly to London. You return to somewhere. Okay? Or you can also use lots of verbs with to plus a person. You explain something to someone. Send a letter to someone. Read it to someone. Write to someone. Or speak to someone. There is a direction, whether you're speaking or writing or walking or running. To is always movement and direction. Now, at is steady, whereas to is moving, at is very steady. At stays in one place. At is location, location and place, location and time. For example, we arrived where? At the airport. We drove to the airport and then we arrived at the airport. Or wake me up at 6 o'clock. So again, it's a location or a place in time or a physical place. Now, here are some other examples of verbs that you can use with at. But again, there are lots and lots of verbs. So what's really important is not to learn the verbs, but to learn how these prepositions are used and what exactly they mean. But here are some examples. We stayed at the hotel, for example. I live at. I work at. I eat at this restaurant. I shop at the mall. So, at plus place or sometimes at plus time. Call me at 5 o'clock. Let's meet at noon. Let's start at 10 o'clock. Okay? So we have at, location. Arrival and to is always movement or direction. Now let's do a little quiz to make sure that you really got it. We stayed at home or we stayed to home. We stayed. In all of these cases, you have to choose between to and at. We stayed at home. Okay? Stay somewhere. I spoke to Jack or I spoke at Jack. What do we say? I spoke to. The direction of your speech is towards Jack. Next, she went blank the bank. To the bank or at the bank. She went. So went is movement. Think of the verb. The verb is talking about movement. She went to the bank. Next, I bought this keychain blank the gift shop. To the gift shop or at the gift shop. So here the answer would be at. The next one, meet me blank the coffee shop. Meet me to the coffee shop, at the coffee shop. What do we say? Meet me at, because it's a place. Next, the movie starts blank 4 o'clock. To 4 o'clock, at 4 o'clock. Which one is right? The movie starts at. Okay? We always use at for very specific times. Next, we flew blank Amsterdam. What do we say? Flew, movement. Flying is movement. To Amsterdam. I sent a card blank my mom. Sending, it is movement. It implies movement. So for movement, we have to say, I sent a card to my mom. She read a story blank her son. When you're reading, the activity is directed towards someone. So she read a story to her son. And the last one, John studied blank the library. So where was he? Was he in one place or was he moving? He was in one place, one location. So we can say John studied at the library. Okay? I hope that my little demonstration helped you to understand the meaning of to as well as at. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel to keep on getting lessons that will help you to improve step by step. Okay? Thanks very much for watching and all the best with your English.